Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Tuesday, December the 15th, 2020, and I want to be updating you on COVID-19. First of all, our numbers are really high in Alberta as we see it every single day. Thank God we have a vaccine now that came to Alberta and it came to effect. And it's very important we have to do what we can at the end of the day by protecting ourselves, by caring about our loved ones, because we shouldn't take this as a joke. We need to know that this is seriousness. This is our life. We shouldn't joke with our life in any way. And there's some people out there that they do joke with their life. And I'm not trying to be rude about it or anything, but there's people out there that are not following government health rules, are not following the health guidelines, are doing whatever that they want at the end of the day. And there's a lot of people that do that. A lot of people they just rather do things on their own without without helping people, without doing what's right at the end of the day. And this is what the kind of thing that is causing these kind of stuff because people are just rather do what they feel like rather than caring about themselves, caring about their loved ones. They don't see that's important to them. And I keep saying this again and again, but really people need to wake up and realize the future. They need to realize the reality as much as they can because it's not something that it should be for a joke or should be just for fun, right? This should be a serious thing. People need to realize and really wake up and the reality because if we don't wake up and we don't see the reality at the end of it, it's going to be a big problem. And people need to know that, right? So really, I'm not joking around here, but it's very important that people do what their best. They protect their health and they do what's right at the end of the day because there's no going back to this city again, right? And this COVID came for a reason. We need to learn something from it, not just go back and do what we want and who cares at the end of the day. We need uh, we need honesty here, and we need people uh, that whatever, right? A lot of people they rather go back to life normal and enjoy the way they want, right? But this will take time. We need to just be patient, and we need to just take we need to take it seriously in every way. That's what it is, right? Vaccine came now, right? For us now, even to go through this and things can go back to life normal, we have to at least take care of ourselves now. The vaccine will do its part, yes, by curing the people and making sure that people are healthy, but we have to do what we can at the end of the day too by making sure that we have to protect ourselves, that we have to show how much we care with others. Because this mask law, it will go until maybe June for us to wear a mask. We're not just gonna be taking it off now just because the vaccine came this week. This will take time, and we need to know that. We need to know the reality. We need to know the harshness about it. That's what we need to know because there's some stuff out there that we don't know about it, right? So uh, I'm gonna be one of the people that I'm not planning to take the vaccine because I don't believe in the vaccine and I don't see vaccines that important. But there's a lot of people out there that see you know what vaccine is important to me, maybe I should take it. And there's people that are out there, they don't see it as important. So it's how much we understand, how much we want to take it seriously at the end of the day, right? This vaccine came and it's leaving now. I mean, the COVID came and slowly it's going to go into leave, but we have to do what we can, right? And like I said, we have now more vaccines going to be coming end of the month, like our prime minister said and the government official said in Canada, right? They said that the vaccine will come, right? The vaccine did come. We are one of the first countries that were able to get the vaccine. We're not the first country, but we are the early countries that we got the vaccine because before us was Britain that got it. We and America, we both got vaccine at the same time. So at the end of the day, it's very important. We have to do what we can by protecting our health and caring about loved ones because a lot of people out there they don't see this is really important to them. And that's why I'm saying um, we need to learn a lesson from this COVID. This COVID, we shouldn't take it in any granted in any way. We need to learn something about it, right? Because there's bad, negative things that came out of this COVID, and there's positive things that came out of this COVID, and we need to know what the negative things are and the bad, positive things are from this COVID. If we don't wake up, it will be too late, right? If this COVID came and just left and at the end of the day, we didn't learn nothing about it, we need to be more prepared in the next crisis, maybe in 20, 30 centuries, maybe there will be another crisis, right? Like we had in the early 2000, um, we had COVID, but what was the other ones called? we had we had another we had another outbreak that time too, but it wasn't as bad as COVID. COVID went from the summer all the way till whatever, right? So it went way past. Yeah, we had SARS. We had SARS in the early 2000s, and SARS was huge that time, and it wasn't, but it was not bearable as the COVID-19. Now we have it now is way different because we have it until like we started it came last January and it stretched the whole summer, and now we are in December. We are close to January actually, so it's close to a year we had this COVID now, but not exactly a year because it's not January yet, and we still have it now, but this is the time we're getting cured now and we're getting the vaccine, right? So the vaccine did actually came really quick because 9 months later the vaccine came, and now we have vaccine that actually came. So this will take time. So it's really important. We have to. It does not matter what. People need to know the reality. They need to know the serious about it. This we have to learn this everything. There's a lesson in life to learn from it, and the COVID is one of the things that we need to learn from it, and because we need to be more. These crises they happen in 10, 20 centuries, and really in the early 2000s we already had SARS, and before that we had H1N1, and now we have COVID. So this is something we need to learn, right? And vaccine came for each one of them now, right? For each disease now we have a vaccine for it. So it's good, but what is bad about it, right? Life changed, right? All these outbreaks made our life change and make us unbearable. And especially COVID, it was one of the worst outbreaks of the disease that we had from January until now. Life was different in every way, right? Schools were shut, everything was shut. In the time we were in the time of the lockdown, right? Those were the days that were very scary for us, right? But we are getting closer every day. We are gonna get through this, and this COVID hopefully will leave in 2 months, 3 months. That's if everybody follows the health rules and everybody wears a mask and do it right. Because this mask, we all maybe disagree about it. That doesn't do anything, doesn't protect your health, it doesn't do anything for you. But wearing it for our health and safety, for our benefit. And at least it will protect us a little bit. It won't protect us maybe that much, but it will protect us a little bit. So we need to know that. We need to know how seriousness it is, how important it is. Wearing the mask and following the health guidelines is very important in the time of a COVID-19. And that's what I really want everybody to really understand, that this kind of stuff should not be taken as a joke. This kind of stuff should be taken seriously and important, not a joke of a matter. Because some people they take these things as lightly and it does not matter to them and they don't see it's important to them, and they need to see it's important to them. Because this should not be a joke. This is a life lesson we need to learn from. Because this can occur again in another 10, 20 centuries later. And if we're not prepared for it, it's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? So it's really important that we do what we can and we do what's right and we do by protecting our health and our safety, right? That's what we need to do. I know the provincial government of Alberta is not taking things seriously, and the vaccines, they're gonna go first to the healthcare workers. They're gonna go to the long-term care homes, and they're gonna go to the seniors and everybody who's are elderly. All these people are gonna be getting the vaccine first before anybody else gets the vaccine. So this process here to this vaccine, and it will take time. But we have to be patient and we have to be there, and we are going to get through this. But this still will take time. This is not something easy, or we can say is a fun and it's just going to be living like that. This will take time. There's a process here, and we need to follow those processes. That's how this COVID is going to leave, right? Because I know we have a irresponsible government, but if our government is not doing enough responsibility, our provincial government, then we need to take more responsibility about this. We need to, if we see the government is doing wrong mistakes and not following the health rules and not doing the right stuff, we need to aim that and be more responsible and take more responsibility in this. And that's all I'm saying. People just need to be more responsible. They need to take it more seriously and not take this as a joke, because some people are going to tell you this is a joke, this is nothing, this COVID, you know, people take it and they don't see it as really important. And we need to wake up from this and we need to see the reality and see the importance of it. That's all I'm saying. And it's not hard. Everybody can do it, but this will take time. So please follow the health rules, follow the health guidelines. That's all I'm saying to everybody. And that's all I'm saying, right? Because Alberta now has 29,000 cases of healthcare workers by end of the month. So we're gonna be getting the vaccines of 29,000. That's a lot. That's gonna be Pfizer and Moderna. Moderna, I'm assuming, is either gonna be coming next week or the week after that. So this will take time. So that's something we need to know, right? So again, what you need to know in Alberta today. So because there's a lot of stuff they're talking about Alberta numbers, right? So for example, what you need to know in Alberta today. So the first dose of 3,900 dose of the Pfizer vaccine arrives in Alberta Monday night. So Monday night we got it, and the Premier Jason Kenney says Alberta's first COVID-19 vaccines will take place on nurses in South Calgary at 4 p.m. on Tuesday. So it will be held in Calgary. This is where usually the vaccine it will be held. So it will be held by that time, by maybe by 4 o'clock p.m. So that's like in an hour. The vaccine it will be arriving that time. Um, the province was expected to begin immunizing ICU doctors and nurses, respiratory therapists, and eligible continuing care staff in Edmonton and in Calgary as soon as possible upon receiving the vaccine. Alberta plans to first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine to 29,000 healthcare workers by the end of December, the province health minister says. The province expects to get another 25,350 doses next week, Health Minister Tyler Shandro said Monday. I said last week that there was a first glimmer of good news with expected arrival of the first small shipments of vaccine this week, Shandro said. Today I am here to confirm that the news is a lot bigger and is a lot better. Alberta reported 1,887 new cases of COVID-19 on Monday and another 15 deaths across the province. 716 people are being treated in the hospital of illness, including 136 in ICU beds. So the province is expected to begin immunizing ICU doctors and nurses, respiratory therapists, and eligible continuing care staff in Edmonton and Calgary as soon as possible upon receiving the vaccine. I said last week that there was a first glimmer of good news with expected arrival of first dose. That's what Tyler Shandro said. In additional to the restrictions on Sunday, indoors and outdoor social gatherings are also prohibited. People who live alone are limited to up to two close contacts for in-person visit. Masks are mandatory across the province. All indoor workplaces and faculties outside the home until November. Uh, Alberta has been the only province without a mask mandate. Yeah, we were, because of Jason Kenney was really stubborn to follow the health rules and to follow the health guidelines of the people. Did not really care, right? And this is here what's happening. So it is approved. Trudeau said Canada will receive up to 1,600 and 168,000 doses of 2 dozen of Moderna vaccine before the end of December. Trudeau said deliveries are slated to begin within 48 hours of Health Canada authorization. As with the early shipments of Pfizer vaccine, this moves us even further forward on getting Canada's protected as quickly as possible, Trudeau said. Canadian women say they have performed most of the parental tasks in the household during the pandemic, according to the new survey of Statistics Canada. Quebec Premier is expected to announce new public health restrictions on Tuesday, a day after the first dose of Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine given in Canada were rolled out in the two hardest hit provinces in the country. Francois Legault told Radio Canada on Monday that we're going to have to tighten restrictions on business. We will have to close down for a time, he said. There's are too many contacts and we have to reduce them. Ontario and Quebec both launched their COVID-19 vaccination effort on Monday. Dr. Bonnie Henry, BC Provincial Health Officer, said Monday that the first dose COVID-19 vaccine in the province would be given in two locations, Vancouver and the Pfizer Health Region. This is a momentous news, she said, adding that by next week, officials expect to have a vaccine available in every health authority across the province. BC on Monday reported 2,146 new cases of COVID 19 over a 3 day period, with 49 death hospitalizations stood at 359, with 87 people in intensive care. Saskatchewan introduced new public health restrictions on Monday as it tries to slow the spread of COVID-19, including strict new rules around private indoor gatherings. As of Thursday, most of people in the province only be allowed to gather inside with members of their own household, with some exceptions, including for single people and co-parenting. Manitoba has been under tightened restrictions for some time now, and COVID-19 rates there have been trending down. Health officials in that province reported 9 additional deaths and 241 new cases of COVID-19 on Monday. Across the north, Nunavut reported 9 new cases of COVID-19 on Monday, all of them in Everett. There was one new case reported in Yukon and no new cases reported in the Northwest Territories. In Atlantic Canada, Nova Scotia reported 5 new cases of COVID-19, while New Brunswick and Newfoundland and Labrador both reported one new case. There were no new cases reported in Prince Edward Island. Self-assessment. With the provinces also operated a confidential mental health support app, whatever. So you can look at those kind of stuff, right? Um, Chief Public Health Officer Dr. Brent Rosen again urging people to follow the rules and celebrate virtually over the holidays. So that's what happened in. With winter cold and influenza season approaching, Alberta Health Services will prioritize Albertans for tests who have symptoms and those groups. What's happening with the site. So this is the stuff that's happening in Alberta today and in Canada, right? So it's very important that everybody follow the health rules as much as they can. Like I said so many times, that health rules don't just come like this, right? Alberta, yeah. Um, Premier Jason Kenney released a video late Monday that showed him standing next to a cargo jet at Calgary International Airport, where UPS and just unloaded Alberta's first 3,900 doses of the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine. The first vaccine will be administered to healthcare professionals in Calgary and Edmonton at around 4 p.m. Tuesday, the Premier office said. The Premier is scheduled to hold a news conference this afternoon to give an update the pandemic. Kenney will be uh, Kenney will be joined by uh, Theresa L. Minister of Municipal Affairs, Kay Medu, Minister of Justice and Solidarity, General Rajan, Minister of the Community Social Service, and Dr. Dina Hinshaw, the province's Chief Medical Health Officer. Alberta reported 1,887 new cases of COVID-19 on Monday and another 15 deaths, bringing the death total to 733 since the pandemic began in March. The province has 21,123 active cases, with 716 people being treated in hospital, including 136 in ICU beds. All of those numbers set a new record. So these numbers are no joke. Tomorrow I will be announcing my own restrictions of my number, and I'll be announcing that. That will be live at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. You can watch it here in YouTube at 1 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. I'll be announcing new restrictions for my school, and also I'll be updating on COVID-19 and also the plans of when schools will return. Either it will be on February 20th, 2021, or it will be around maybe June 2021. All it depends. Like I said, I have to see in the next couple of months when this COVID-19 will be, how things are going to be in the next couple of months. If numbers don't go down, improvement doesn't change by that time, then it won't be work that time, because this has to be some kind of plan, and this has to be some kind of change that we have to see in the next couple of months, right? Numbers are really high, and we have now 21,000 cases in Alberta. So I still urge people to protect their health and not go out. If you're going to be going shopping, shopping now is reduced. So if you're going to go shopping, go early and go shopping if you have to. Please do not go shopping if you do not have to. It's not health safety hazard, is not safe out there if you go to shopping stores. I'm just urging people can do whatever they want, but really going out there and is not safe at all, and health is not safe, and really people need to protect their health and see the reality and see their living. If you have any questions, you can answer in the chat, because I'm willing to answer any questions that you have about COVID-19 or about any the restrictions that I'll be announcing tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be announcing new restrictions about my school, and also I will be announcing the plans about my school, and that will be live at 1 p.m. Mountain Time all the way till 2 p.m. It will be an hour of video. Maybe I'll go a longer time, but it's scheduled for me to do it at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. So it's very important that if people really want to go and they want to really protect their health, they can, because health rules is really important. And I appreciate people. If people have any questions, I'm willing to answer your questions about anything that has to do, because that's what I'm here for, right? If you have any questions that has to do with the COVID-19, or you have any questions that has to do with about the school, or has to do anything about the restrictions I'll be announcing tomorrow, I'm willing to answer about any kind of questions about the vaccines, how it's going to be distributed, about about where you can get it, right? So I can read more of these details if you want me to read more of these details. But it's really important. Please, I encourage everybody to do their best, because these numbers are really high in Alberta, and we have to do what we can, and we need to do what we can at the end of the day, because it's no joke when you see these kind of numbers. So people need to follow the health rules, and please not joke around with them at all. Please take it really seriously in every way. Please follow the health rules and take it really seriously in every way, because some people, they don't joke around with it, and some people, they don't understand the important parts of it, the important parts of COVID-19. Tomorrow I'll either give an hour of video, or even maybe 2 hour video of the COVID-19 vaccines. And that will be a video that I'm planning to give tomorrow. So really make sure that you be here on time. So if you really want to watch it, it will be live at 1 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. So make sure, and you'll be available in YouTube live. Like I'm live now, anybody can come and watch me. So it's live at 1 p.m. if anybody is willing to watch it tomorrow. Is that clear? And all I'm just saying is I give the update for Alberta today. Our numbers are really high. All I can say is our numbers hopefully will go down. We will see some kind of improvement hopefully by mid-January. I'm hoping by then our numbers should be like around 18 cases, or 15 cases, or 14 cases. Some kind of change we need to see by time January comes, mid-January, right? And if things get really better by January, and our cases go really low, then every life will go slowly back to normal. But by June or by July, I'm hoping we're gonna go back to life normal. We're able to go out. We will be doing the things that we want to do, but this will take time. So people just need to be patient. They need to just take it really easy, because this will take time. This is not something that's just going to leave like this and go like this. This like I said, like the vaccine came today. It takes time to kick in, and everything takes time to kick in, right? And this process here with the vaccine, like I talked about yesterday and I talked about the day before, this process here, people have to follow the processes before it happens. It's not just something that's going to be happening only one day or one night and whatever, and it's going to be leaving. This will take process. It will take time. So we need to make sure that we do our best at the end of the day to do what's right, right? Because some people, they just don't want to follow the health rules, and they don't see what they're doing is right. And that's what I encourage everybody to do. So please don't joke around with your health. I encourage you, please take your health very seriously and do what's right. Okay, because we have only one body at the end of the day. We don't have two bodies. We don't have three bodies. We don't have four bodies. We don't have more than that, right? One body, and there's people that die every day. Some people lose family member because of Jason Kenney's words and what he's doing. And this is gonna cause hectic for us, right? Because of him, right? He's so stubborn that he didn't want to do any lockdown and do anything. We're now paying the price for this, right? Because if he just did a simple lockdown that time, things would have been really going really well for him. But he decided not to do any lockdown, not to do anything, and that's what happens at the end of the day when you don't follow the rules and you just do what you want at the end of the day. That's what happens at the end of the day. So people need to know that it does not matter what happens, but simple follow the health rules. That's all I'm asking people to do because it's not hard. Just following the health rules, it won't take time from you at all. That's all I'm asking people to do, and that's not. There shouldn't be some people they thinking it's difficult or it's hard. Just follow health rules, but it isn't. If you just do what's right at the end of the day, and you do what you know, things are going to be fine, and everything's gonna go well. But if you don't follow the health rules and you just do what you feel like at the end of the day, then this is where it's going to be a problem because some people they just don't see what's important and what's not important, and that's a big issue. That's a big problem, right? Because if you don't if you don't know what's really important and what's not really important, then you have a big problem at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, I really encourage people to do what's right and to do what they want, right? And that's what matters. That's what needs to be done at the end of the day. So please, I encourage you as much as you can to please follow the health rules and take it really seriously every way. Don't joke around with it, and we will see, right? Because it's COVID, it will take time, um, but that's something that we need to know that it's something that it will take at least 2 3 times 4 times maybe 5 times for it to happen, but um, we need to know that that's something that will take time for us, right? We need to just be know that these things can happen anytime and anything can happen anytime, right? So please don't joke around with it and take it seriously. I'm not I'm not saying that to be rude about it or to do anything about it, but you just do what's right because you never know what the outcome is going to be at the end of the day. You don't know what will happen, but uh, not protecting yourself and just doing whatever you feel like at the end of the day. And that's what people do. They just rather go. And Jason Kenny's one of these people that just cares about his businesses and he doesn't care about people's life and safety. And he doesn't see people's safety and life as that important. And I see that's just stupid of him because he's supposed to care about he's responsible. People dying a day like crazy, like 20 people dying a day or 10 people dying a day or even more than that people dying a day. He's responsible for those people. He needs to wake up and see the reality and take more responsibility because the whole time of the pandemic now, we didn't see Jason Kenney taking any responsibility of anything. His premier didn't do anything. He didn't create jobs. He didn't create oil. He just cares about his business. Even the businesses are not going to get better as long as we have this pandemic. And businesses will continue suffering throughout this pandemic. And that's what this premier needs to understand that he can't joke around with these kind of stuff. And he's joking with people's health at the end of the day. He's taking people's health as not serious, taking it as a joke, and people dying a day like crazy, and people now have to suffer these consequences because of him. And now the vaccine came, and hopefully the vaccine will do something about these numbers at the end of the day because he decided to do a lockdown in Christmas break, and he had before Christmas break to make that decision, and he did not do it. He decided the time that people need to go to stores, people need to spend time with their families, people need to do things. He decided that time that I'd rather do a Christmas break. I'd rather close down now so people can't go shopping, people can't spend time with their families. That's what this premier did. He ruined the people. Some people they want to do Christmas. He ruined it because if he did the lockdown earlier, at least people will be enjoying their Christmas now. But because he was really stubborn, he decided not to do lockdown that time. Now people have to pay the price for it now. And now people can't go out, they can't go shopping, they have to stay home, and that's the life people need to live now. So that's what this premier did. He was in power for at least 2 years, and there's nothing been accomplished 2 years. He had the pandemic to make people happy, but no, he decided to cut jobs on the healthcare workers. He decided to not even the pipeline. It was one of his accomplishments that he wanted to do, and he was not able even to do that, and he was not even able to want to even build a pipeline. That didn't even succeed for him. So he lost that opportunity. He cut jobs in healthcare, and now he's trying to fix his mistake, and it's too late for mistakes now to fix your mistake. You had chances before to fix that mistake. Now we have vaccine come, and even if the vaccine people get cured, we're not going to give the premier a credit just because the vaccine cured people or made the numbers go little. It's the federal government that had to pay the money for the vaccine. It's not him that he had to bring the vaccine to the country or he had to bring it in. He's not the one who had to bring it in. So I don't know what his problem is, but he's not the one who did that. And he's not the one who brought the vaccine. So that's what it is, right? And that's what is really important, that people need to understand the reality. People need to understand that this vaccine, it comes and it goes. But what's really important is people need to follow the health rules and follow the health guidelines. It's really simple. Doesn't matter what this government does at the end. This government can go and place falsehood and joke around the way they want. And that's what this government does. It just decides to play around and joke around with people's health and not take people's health seriously. But we see the government is doing mistakes here and is not doing the right thing by protecting the citizens. We need to take the right direction and not become like the government and not follow the health rules and not follow the health guidelines, right? Because part of the health rules for the government to follow is also do a lockdown when the numbers are really high. Today alone, we have 21,000 cases in Alberta reported, and every day the numbers are really increasing, right? Numbers are not getting better. So we got vaccine today, but like I said, vaccine, it takes time for to see progress here, to see numbers are going down. It's not simply it's just going to be going down like this and tada, vaccine numbers are going down now and we don't have to worry about it. This will take time and we need to be patient. There's a lot of people, they don't have patience here. So patience is one of the important things, right? We need to have patience here, right? Although all of us we want to go back to life normal, all of us we want to go to the way we live and to the way things work. But this will take time. People need to understand that. And this government, if it was more responsible, numbers would be way better now, and life will be way more normal, and everything will be normal, right? And majority of the haters here is the Calgary, and the Calgary are the ones that chose Jason Kenney to become the premier, and they're upset now because this guy tricked them. He tricked them with not keeping his promises, and that's one of the things that politicians do. Sometimes they don't keep the promises and they tell lies and they say, "I will do this for you. I'll create jobs." That's what he said during his campaign, during the election campaign. He says, "I'll create jobs. I will do. Look at us now, Alberta. There's no jobs. He cut healthcare workers. Our economy is suffering in Alberta because of him, and he's the one who created that. And still, things are not going well. Things are not going that great." And that's all because of this premier. He didn't want to take any responsibility in any way. This premier is, we just can see he's a failure. There's no one accomplishment you can say. And anybody can write me a chat now and tell me one accomplishment this Premier Kenney did. There's no one thing that he ever did or even he accomplished. That's something, is facts and it's the truth, and everybody can see it in Alberta. Because if he accomplished something, at least it will be. But 2 years he had, and he just did cuts. Last year he did all cuts. The first year he did cuts. His budgets were all nothing but cuts. His physical update was nothing all but cuts. And we can see it. So I don't know, the next election, if Albertans are going to be smart enough and choose NDP, go back to NDP, or are they gonna stick with this loser and that just makes us Alberta looks a way whole. And Alberta used to be the richest province, and we used to say Alberta used to look at us. Now Alberta looks like the poorest province. Now we can see because under this government, nothing has been accomplished, nothing has been happening. So we don't know what's going to happen. But all I'm gonna tell you guys, doesn't matter what the government, what direction they're taking, and their health minister and their medical officer, she's not responsible either. She's not. Her numbers are not accurate and is not correct. And I don't even believe those numbers. I think those numbers now, that the numbers that we're getting every day in Alberta, those numbers are way higher than the numbers that we usually get. Because this this Ina Henshaw, medical officer, she's not responsible lady, and I don't see her. She's a responsible medical officer. She reports every day, and she's under the Jason Kenney's government, and she takes orders from that government. What tells her, and those government, maybe Jason Kenney's telling her numbers that are not accurate. We don't know at the end of the day. That can be the reality, and we might maybe see it that way because she works under the government. She says in the media, we don't work with any government. Maybe you do because you work under Jason Kenney, and that's the fact, and we all can see it there. So it does not matter. Even if you guys don't agree with NDP or UCP, some people they don't like both parties. Some people they like one party. Some people they don't. But I see NDP they're more better than UCP. Why I'm saying that because at least NDP didn't do cuts. They didn't make us suffer this bad as the conservatives did. They damaged us, and we're supposed to learn because in the past we had Jim Parentis, we had a lot of conservatives in the past, and they were the same thing. But this, and we had Ralph Klein and all these terrible people. But Jason Kenney, he ruined that. He ruined the Conservative Party, and he ruined the party reputation. They look at him bad now across the country, and he did that to himself. So at the end of the day, we need to learn from it. We need to do what's right. But it does not matter. I still encourage people to protect themselves, to do what's right. Don't follow what the government says, and do what you can. Please follow the health rules as much as you can. That's all I'm asking everybody to do. And it's simple. I know some people don't want to wear a mask, but we are getting there. We have to. We're wearing it for to protect our health. There's some people they don't get that. You tell them why I'm wearing a mask, they're gonna tell you mask I don't see is important. I can go anywhere without mask. Like we have Trump in the U.S. that does not want to believe in wearing a mask, and we have those kind of people that just don't believe in mask wearing. They don't believe in anything. But uh, uh, we need to take it seriously, and we need to make sure that we protect ourselves and we take it very seriously in every way. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't matter what the government said. The government is just putting us in the wrong direction, but we need to go to the right direction. And the right direction is to do what's right, not to do what's wrong. Really, the government is failing. Let it fail. Let it go down. Continue going down until they lose the election. Well, as Albertans, we need to wake up and say no to this government, and at the same time do what's right. And mask shouldn't be a big problem. People are making mask a big problem. Oh, I shouldn't wear a mask. We need to wear it until the numbers go down, until Alberta is safe and life go back to normal. And we are getting closer, but it will take time. Vaccine came today. That does not mean masks are gone today. This will take time. This has to take a couple of months. It needs to take a couple of weeks. It will take time. But please follow the health rules. I advise people to listen to me. But if people don't want to listen to me, that's fine. Because I will do what's right for myself. I'm not going to go follow the government that's just trying to put me in the wrong direction and not make me follow the health rules. Because the government is acting like they're following the health rules, but they're not following the health rules. They're breaking the health rules because they're not even doing lockdown. When there's a pandemic like this and the numbers are really high, you're supposed to do a lockdown. And they didn't do that. They decided to let people free. And that's why our numbers are really high now. Our numbers would not been this high if the government was more responsible. And the government is not responsible. It's 0% responsible, no responsibility, failing in every way. I never seen a government that fails in every way and there's no one accomplishment. That tells you that governments like that just don't know responsibility, don't know what's right from wrong, and it is sad to see that. So that's what it is, right? And and that's what it is. So Alberta used to be a rich province, used to be a province that everybody respects, and I remember those days. But now Alberta looks like the worst now of the whole country, and it's embarrassing to see that, but that's the reality. Anyways, I hope everybody have a great day, and tomorrow I'll be continuing updating you on COVID-19, and we will continue with that. Also, I'm going to be announcing new restrictions about my school, new restrictions, and also um, I will be announcing COVID-19 update and school plans. I'll be announcing that tomorrow. Also, I'll be talking more about COVID-19 and and what we can do to do what's right. It will be tomorrow live at 1 o'clock p.m. If you want to watch at 1 o'clock p.m., you can. If you don't want to watch 1 o'clock p.m., you don't have to. This is not a must have to. This is a YouTube, so you choose yourself what you feel like, right? Just giving the time. The reason I'm giving the time is because whoever wants to watch it can watch it, and whoever doesn't want to watch it cannot watch it, right? So if you're looking forward to this YouTube, fine. If you're not, you're not. Hope everybody have a great day.